Are you listening?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, look at that. We got Hillbilly in the house and the tortoise. What's up? Then I see a random James Will. No, excuse me. I see a random James Willis in the chat, and then you got coffee.
Oh yeah.
Wait till you see the picture of the day. I found a picture of you on the internet.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today we're going to go through some spoilers.
Ooh, nice.
I was hoping the whole spoilers would have been set, but I saw a spoilers from the Clue set that really got me hyped.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
So if we get there, we'll show you what it is. But first, how are you doing, Hillbilly?
I'm doing pretty good. Made my goal that I set for myself on Arena to get 90 packs of cards for free.
Woo!
And I did it today. Woo! I can now get 90 packs of cards for free.
What?
Yeah, they're digital
That's pretty
cards.
amazing.
Yeah, they're digital cards, but I do that Arena content, so that's going to help me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. 90 packs for free. That's a lot of cards.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. And if you're wondering, James is the coolest subscriber ever.
Oh yeah, he sure is.
That's right. And now we're going to get to the next segment of the show.
All righty. Does that mean it is time for the what was it called? Oh,
Card of the day. Combo breaker.
This card was brought to my attention by Waffles, actually. And he even forgot he sent it because he sent it a couple days ago, but we were loaded with cards. And this is a good enchantment.
oh yeah.
Like, pretty solid. It's called Case of the Locked Hothouse. Do you want to read it?
Sure. This card, I'll read it, then we talk about it. Case of the Locked Hothouse for 4 mana, 3 generic and a green. All right. First part of it, you may play an additional land on each of your returns. So if you got an extra land on your hand, you get to play an extra land. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Then to solve it, you have to control 7 or more lands. Not bad. Then, when it's solved, you may look at the top card of your library at any time, and you may play land cards and cast creature cards and enchantment cards from the top of your library. Nice. And and this does not go away unless it's removed from the battlefield.
Yes, this is a hot card. Hot card.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. And one thing I want to say about it, it's green. What's green known for? Ramp.
It's known for ramp. Yeah, for sure. It's known for ramp.
So it's going to be so easy to get 7. So
Landfall decks are going to love this too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And
All right.
but we got just a taste of landfall in standard right now.
Right.
But this card right here, if I was going to give it to one of my ratings, which is bad, good, and great, this would actually go in the great category.
Yeah, it's pretty great for sure, especially in Commander. I think this will see some standard play. I don't know if it'll go modern, but it is pretty spicy. I mean, to solve it, you need 7 lands. That's pretty cheap for green decks.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah, not
7
really.
lands ain't nothing.
I think I want a copy of this card, like a couple of them.
I do too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's pretty solid. And now for the picture of the day. Scouring Facebook, and I found a picture of Hillbilly on Facebook.
You need coffee.
Rah! What are you drinking? Coffee. Animal. I thought it was funny. It was hilarious. I saw it. I'm like, oh, I gotta do it because I always say hillbilly look reminds me of Animal from the Muppets.
I need coffee.
That's right.
I need coffee.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh man. So everybody, how's everybody doing? Is everybody having a good morning? Everybody got their coffee, their libations of choice. Yeah. Madam Monk, hello.
What's up, Madam Monk?
Madam Monk. All right. So, Valentine's Day is around the corner, and that's just not too far away. It's the next holiday coming up, and that reminds me that you can get a sweet lined vinyl dice bag like this, or a cool dice bag like that. Or if you're looking to save a little money but spend a little something, you can get some little pedal pins like this. You can find these all at carnsartopia.com. Carnsartopia.com is doing an amazing deal. So for $45 plus $5 ship, you can get a super fast tortoise dice bag or a hillbilly dice bag that he's showing off in the corner right there. Or for $60, saving $15 off the original price, you can get a lined vinyl dice bags all the way up till Valentine's Day itself. So get your Valentine's Day a vinyl lined dice bag. All at carnsartopia.com. Whoop whoop. So today I was thinking, today was a stressful day. Let me give the backstory. See, I have this deck in this Pokemon box. It says Pokemon right there if you can't read it.
Gotta catch them all.
That's right. I have my Commodore Guff Commander in this deck, and I was listing it up on Architect, and for some reason I missed it. And it's saying it was not legal and had 99 cards in the deck, including the Commander. That made me go through the deck twice just to find one missing card. I'm like, no. So it took me a while, so the show was late. So instead of coming up with like a subject to talk about, I'm like, we can go through spoilers because there's plenty of spoilers out there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. And I know Hillbilly loves spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, yeah. So let me pull up the stream or the screen. Let's go to Murders of Karlov Manor. Oh, yeah, I can't just double click it. And let me go to StreamYard. Let's blow it up. Boop.
Can you separate this by dates?
You want me to separate it by dates?
Yeah, it's easier to go through sometimes like that.
All right.
That's
So
today.
we got Sanguine Savior, a vampire cleric 2/1 flying lifelink. When Sanguine Savior's turn faced up, another target creature control gains lifelink until turn. That's not bad for a limited card.
Well, I mean, I like it, but the booty on it is just too dang gone small.
That's because you're looking at it the wrong way. You're not using this card for itself attacking. You're using it to give a bigger creature lifelink.
True.
But no, it's an all right card. This guy's cost is pretty good. For 5 mana, you get that ability basically.
Yeah. Other than that, it ain't too bad.
No, it's not. It's not. Vengeful Creeper costs 5 mana for a 5/5. When Vengeful Creeper is turned face up, destroy target artifact or enchantment opponent controls.
That's good.
Yeah. It's a
It don't
5 mana
cost-
5/5.
Yeah. Well, might as well say it's a 6 mana 5/5 because you gotta have it because you don't get that effect unless you flip it. It costs 6 to flip.
It's a 5 mana 5/5 vanilla creature unless you pay up to 8 mana, 6, 9 mana to flip it. Because you gotta pay 3 to put it face down as a 2/2. Then you gotta pay the 6 to turn it around.
Right.
That's 9 mana for a 5/5 creature to destroy
Well,
something. That's
well, the next turn you don't. The next turn you'd only need 1 mana because you'll have the rest of it.
right. This is you're thinking, but think about the mana you're using instead of other spells. I think you're optimally you're gonna use
Correct.
this on your curve for a 5 mana 5/5 with no ability. That's what I think that's going to happen. If I would rate this card, it'd probably be like a 4 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 5 mana 5/5 is pretty good still. Boo. Now, why don't you read this red card?
Okay. Oh, me too. Okay. It is Rubble Belts Braggart for a red, for 1 red, 4 generic, 5/5 for 5. Not too shabby. Whenever Rubble Belt Braggart attacks, if it's not suspected, you may suspect it. So you don't have to suspect this, but if you do, it won't be able to block, and it get. But if you suspect it, it gains a menace. Still pretty good because it's a 5/5. I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's a 5 mana 5/5. I think they should have made it where it had haste if you suspected it, because if you suspect it, it ain't gonna block.
Correct.
It can't block.
I agree. I think it should have haste. That'd make this card. This is a good card, but it's not a great card.
Right.
Because it doesn't have haste. If it had haste, then that would go up in my ranking as a great card.
Oh, yeah. If it had the ability to gain haste, that'd be insane. Now, this next card on the list, Snarling Gorehound, I really like this. 1 mana 1/1. Whenever it has menace, whenever another creature controls power 2 or less enters the battlefield under control, surveil 1. Top deck control for the Orzhov Weenie deck.
I'd rate that as a great card.
That's a great card indeed. I mean, it's gonna help push the Weenie deck to be stronger. You know, with the symbol of players and stuff like that. You know, you'll be able to pump out small creatures like crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. Why don't you read this next?
All right. Basilica Stalker for 6 mana. 5 generic and 1 black. 3/4. Not a bad booty on that because it's a 4. And the Vampire Detective with Flame. When Basilica Stalker deals combat damage to a player, you gain 1 life and surveil 1.
Oh, that's pretty solid.
That's good. That is a great card. And it also has Disguise for 5.
All right, so it's a little costly, like 6 mana for a 3/4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 mana for a 3/4 eventually. But you know, you can play this turn 3 and you attack with it, and if you have the mana in a green black deck by turn 4 to flip it for 5, it's going to be fine. Like they're really not making a lot of threats in morphing here, like with the Disguise ability, but it's doing pretty good. Yeah. I mean, the fact that the tokens have Ward 2 is pretty solid. Or not the tokens, but the flip down cards.
Yeah.
I want to say hi, Johnny Zert. Woo woo.
Johnny.
All right. Next card on the list, we got Fugitive Carrier. 3 mana, 3/2. Fugitive Carrier can't be blocked as long as you sacrifice an artifact this turn. That's an interesting synergy. Whenever Furtive Carrier attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. Oh, I love that ability.
Oh, yeah. Looter. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that's going to be a strong card in standard.
Yeah, it is. And so it's not too bad because, you know, it's better than a 3/1. It's a 3/2. So it ain't too bad.
No. 3 mana, 3/2. In the clue deck, it can't be blocked, basically, for sacrificing the clues or the investigating tokens and whatever. And there's a lot of tokens out there to be sacrificed in standard. Like, this ain't going to be the most baller card ever. No, but the fact that in limited, that it's an unblockable looting attacker, it's going to see play.
Yep. You got treasures you can sack to this. You're going to get clues you can sack to this.
Oh, yeah.
Very good card. It's a great card.
Yeah. Why don't you catch this next card?
Okay. Bubble Smuggler for 1 generic and 1 blue. It's a 2/1. Okay. It has Disguise 6. As Bubble Smuggler is turned face up, put 4/1/1 counters on it. Okay. Good ability, bad cost.
It's fair. That's what it is. It's fair because for six mana on the flip, like yeah, you pay 3 mana to bring down the 2/2. Then you attack with the 2/2 and you flip it. It becomes a 6/5.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's good. I mean, that's why I say it's good ability. It's just that disguise cost is a little high. You know, I've still got to get used. It's going to take some getting used. I could be wrong on this. This is all just my opinion.
No, you're good. Like, there's morph decks that will see, like Aminar the Aminist, who will see decks like this. Hey, Solar God! Solar God! Yeah, it's definitely a common level card. It's a little power crept, but it's not going to see it's going to see play. Don't get me wrong, like in limited, but it's not going to be the big card that people want to first pick.
Right.
All right. This next card is Hazda Vigilante. 5 mana 4/4. When Hazda Vigilante enters the battlefield or attacks, put a +1 counter on target creature you control with power 2 or less. Oh, he cares about the little guys.
Yep.
He's a giant soldier. Yeah, that's good. He makes your little guys bigger. That's pretty solid.
He turns all your power 2 into 3s.
Yeah,
After that, he's done.
that's fine. That's fine. He
Yeah.
switches up combat. That's what you want.
Yep.
All right.
But it's still good, I believe.
I think you're topping the
great.
curve for that deck with this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. All right. Why don't you get this next card?
All right. Yeah, go there. Mark.
Oh, yeah, hold on. There you go.
Road Mark Juggler. I can read that now. For the Boros, for 1 black and 1 red, human shaman.
Rakdos.
Rakdos.
Yeah.
When Rune Mark Juggler enters the battlefield, suspect up to 1 target creature you control. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then for 3 black and a red, sacrifice a suspected creature. Target creature gets -5 until end of turn. Great card for a 2/2.
That's gonna get in limited. It's gonna be a limited card for sure. I mean, you're gonna suspect a creature, probably one of your weakest creatures, anyways, and you're gonna sacrifice it to remove a bigger creature so you can get the swings in.
So you make a creep. So you bring this in. You make it a low creature suspect. Give it menace.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you get to 5, you can sacrifice it, and then do a -5 onto your opponent's creature. Kill it.
Yeah, this is weirdly for an aggro deck for sure.
So I think this is a great card.
It's a good card. A 2 mana 2/2 with all the upsides is always good. Always good. All right, let's see back. There we go. All right. Goes around and comes around is the next card. Yeah, goes around, instant. Target creature attacks or blocks this turn of Fable, which is good. Like, that's like messing with combat's always good. When it comes around, costs 4 generic and 2 red or green rule manas. Creatures you control get +2/+2, gain trample until in turn. You may turn a creature you control face up. That's gonna be good in this set.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Just that comes around costs so much. I think if I play this, I'd probably play goes around more than I would.
I think you're underestimating this card. Giving all your creatures +2/+2 and trample is pretty solid in combat.
Yeah. I mean,
all your creatures, not just one creature, all your creatures.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It is a great card.
Hmm?
I'm just looking at the mana values.
This is top of your curve.
Although it does have green in it, and since it does have green in it, that's going to make it a great card. Turn it into a great card.
It's like overrun effects are really strong and limited, and it's really going to push the game. It's going to be like around the top of the curve of your rule deck. You're going to get a couple of your 3 mana two threes, three threes out there. You're gonna have like 5 of them. You're gonna play this spell. You're gonna give them +2/+2 and swing in for a deadly dispute there. This card is actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you read this next card? It's all in English.
Okay. Which one's that?
The blue-white one right here.
Oh. A fictitious interrogation for a white and a blue. Instant. This spell costs a white and blue more to cast for each target beyond the first. Choose any number of target players. Investigate X times, where X is the total number of creatures those players control. There is your clue tokens.
Mm-hmm. That's weird that you're choosing creatures.
Yeah.
Like I'd expect this to I see the investigation can be pretty good, like to get the investigation clue tokens, but this should definitely do something with creatures. You know, it shouldn't just be like those creatures investigate. No, like there should be like this is not a Theros set, and this would work in a Theros set with heroic when you target a creature. But like this should like at least be a deterrent spell at rare level, if you ask me.
Yep.
I mean, even the strive cost. Strive is the ability where you kick it basically more for each target. The strive cost is heavy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's this card. I think it's not bad, but it's not great.
It's slow draw. You're paying mana to get these clue tokens that you have to pay mana to draw off of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's good for the draw, but you have to pay more white and more mana into it to get more better effect.
Yeah. All right, now we got Detective's Bag. Costs 2 generic, a blue and a red. It's artifact. When Detective Bag enters the battlefield, investigate twice. All right, that's pretty good. You can tap it to create a 1/1 color stop their artifact creature token with flying. Activate it only if you sacrifice an artifact this turn. So this is actually pretty good. So I'm just looking at it, and with the last card we just read, I think there's going to be a Jeskai colored investigation deck that you can build out of the set.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So it's going to be a fun limited card. I mean, the bag looks kind of ridiculous, but it's whatever. It's like Rousark's kind of bag. But yeah. All right. Boom. Enough time wasted on that card. All right. And this card looks like it'll be good. Why don't you read this card?
Okay. Ambitious Falcon for 1 generic and 2 blue. Artifact creature, bird with flying. Whenever Ambitious Falcon attacks, gain control of target permanent you own and don't own. So if your opponent steals one of your creatures, you can when you play this, you'll get your creature back and your one from your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
You still own that creature, although your opponent's got it.
Yeah.
Then it has disguise for 1 and a blue. And when Ambitious Falcon is turned face up, target opponent gains control of any number of target permanents you own. You draw out many cards. No. Bad card.
I like the fact that you can still a permanent each time it attacks.
I mean, if you play this for the 3, it's great. If you pay for the disguise, it's bad.
Yep.
So this card has an upside and a downside.
It's going to be a good card. Voltron decks will actually play it. When it attacks you, you remove a blocker from the game. That's
I do not believe they'll use that disguise for it, though.
No, probably not. But,
the disguise is bad. Now, if you got something that's pinging you for damage,
well, the disguise cost is to help you get back your permanents your opponent stole from you. That's pretty powerful in Commander. It's pretty powerful in games. Like we've already read a couple spells that gain control of a creature. So this is going to be a good limited card. So like if someone steals your creature, you can get it back with this card. That's what this is about. And it's for the artifact deck and Commander. So it's not horrible.
No, but but when you Ambitious Falcons turn face up
Hmm?
for two mana, target opponent gains control with any number of target permanents you own.
Yeah. No, I don't think you're going to use that cost very much. But if it's the only creature on your battlefield, you're probably going to use it. You'll probably use it to draw that many cards. Like, pay 2 draw card. But no, it's a weird creature. But the Ambitious Falcon is pretty solid as a 3-mana 1/4 flying. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good card if you pay it for the 3, but I don't think it's a good card if you pay it for the face down for the disguise.
Oh, dang, what happened? It kicked me out way back.
It does that sometimes.
All right. Look, we got Inspector Guy. All right. This one, hero, generic and a white human. 2/3. Okay, it's a 2/3 with 2-mana creature, which is pretty solid. You pay a generic and a white, you collect evidence 2. That's not horrible. This becomes a 4/4 human detective with vigilance.
Nice.
That's not until the turn, from how that's worded.
Nope.
Pay 2 generic and a white, collect evidence 4. This is a detective. This is a legendary creature named Chief Inspector Meliva with base power and toughness 5/5, and has other creatures control have indestructible. Wow.
Okay, on this, you have to pay. You have to have a total of 6 mana value in your graveyard in order for this to work. Because pay 1, because you had to. It's like that card that costs 1 that they have in standard right now.
Oh yeah.
You pay 1 black, and then it's a 1/1. You pay 1 black, it turns into a 2/2. Pay 2 black, it turns into 3/3 with Death Touch.
Yes, this is not the first time we've seen this kind of ability. So it's not horrible. It's not bad. I think it's actually pretty good. Just the 2-mana 2/3 in general is pretty solid.
I think it's a great card.
Yeah. And its evolution is pretty solid. It's going to see good in the deck, the Azorius deck. Yeah, this is pretty good.
Because you pay out 1. Definitely, because you pay out 1 white. Make it you have to make it to a 4/4 detective. Then you pay a 2 white, get rid of 4 evidence 4. Then it becomes a 5/5, and then gets all your creatures indestructible.
Right.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
But it don't get indestructible. But if you got 2 of these out, and if you're able to flip them both into the last ability, then they'll target each other.
Oh yeah. It's just really good. All right, here's the one for you to read.
All right, Expedited Inheritance. I want an inheritance. All right, for a red and a red enchantment, whenever a creature is dealt damage, its controller may exile that many cards from the top of their library until the end of their next turn. They may play those cards. I believe this will give your opponent more card advantage.
Whenever a creature is dealt damage, its controller may exile that many cards from the top of their library until the turn until the end of their next turn. They may play those cards. So it's ramped for both players. It makes combat interesting, but in other decks outside of limited, this is going to be a mill deck. This is going to be a strong card in limited because it's going to mill people, make games go faster.
Yeah, I mean, it will do that.
So you got to strategize around this card for sure.
Mm-hmm. Did you know
Well, that's
there's a
pretty solid.
Did you know there's a blue card that keeps you from losing now?
Yeah.
No cards in your deck.
There's a card in the set, yes, but there's also cards like that. You got a Jace card, and you got Laboratory Maniac to say you win the game if you have no cards in your deck.
Right. Well, this one does that same thing pretty much.
Mm-hmm. It speeds it up.
Yep.
It's not what it does; it's how it progresses your game. That's how you have to look at it.
Right.
Like limited, probably wouldn't play this card very much. But in the right strategy, it's a shoe in. All right. All right. Okay, I want to read this card. Yaris, Roar of the Gods. 2 generic, red and green legendary creature, Centaur Druid, 4/4. Other creatures you control have haste. Love it. Whenever one or more face down creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. That's randomly good. It's really good. Whenever a face down creature you control dies, return it to the battlefield face down under its owner's control. If it's a permanent card, then turn it face up. Woo! This is gonna make waves.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is definitely goes into my great rank.
Right? I like it. I think it's pretty solid. I mean, it's a 4-mana 4/4. It's a haste engine, and it's a commander for your face down tribal deck, I guess. But hey, I'm glad the other creatures you control have haste is every creature you control, not just face down creatures. So that's pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great card. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, it's a great card. Where did you take?
It always throws you downwards.
It does some weird stuff. I don't want to get tired of it. All right, there we go. All right, there's a card for you to read. The next card. This white red card.
It is Incinerator of the Guilty for 4 generic and 2 reds. 6/6. Dragon. With flying and trample. Not too bad. 6/6 trampler.
Nope.
And whenever Incinerator of the Guilty deals combat damage to a player, you may collect evidence X. When you do, Incinerator of the Guilty deals X damage to each creature and each planeswalker that player controls. Not too bad. Not too bad, actually. But you want to have a bunch of stuff in your graveyard in order to have this. And you ain't going to play this to turn 6, so more than likely you'll have stuff in your graveyard to use with this dragon. So yeah, I'm going to say this is probably maybe just a good card. And I think you still there, Tortoise?
This is gonna be a good card. Sorry, I was muted for a second. It's gonna be a really good card. Incinerator Guilty, like you can run this in the green deck, when you're ramping, in the Is It deck, drawing those cards and burning spells. This is gonna be your late game win in the Is It and Golgari. Is It rule decks. It's pretty solid. I like it. Right, next card on the list is Evidence Examiner. Cost a green and a blue for a 2/2. It's an uncommon. It says at the beginning of your combat on your turn, you may collect evidence for. Whenever you collect evidence, investigate. That's just meh.
That's good.
It's all right. It's like you have to you gotta not care about your graveyard for this card to be good. You gotta not be in the reanimator strategy at all, really. Right. For this card to investigate you pretty well.
Well, it seems like they're trying to get rid of Reanimator with this set because all the evidence.
Oh, that's all right. collect evidence is going to be an interesting mechanic to see how it works. Collect evidence is going to fit in other formats really well, but the standard one, I would like to see where it goes. All right, what's his next card, Hillbilly?
Surveillance Monitor for
Mhm.
3 generic and a blue 3/3. When surveillance monitor enters a battlefield, you may collect 4 evidence 4. Whenever you collect evidence, create a 1/1 colors trophy token with flying. Not bad. But you have to collect evidence 4 in order to get that 1/1 trophy artifact creature token with flying.
Yeah, but now here's the question: since collect evidence 4, there's 4 cards that'll be exiled. Will that increase the tokens? Like, if you exile 4/1 cards, is that 4/1 tokens, or
No,
is that just one token for collect
just
evidence 4?
just one token.
All right.
The
Well,
cost is 4.
he's just a signpost card for the collect evidence deck.
Yep.
Because there's other ways you're gonna collect evidence. He's all right.
Yeah.
He's for the token strategy.
He's a good blocker.
Yeah, that's true. He is a blocker. All right, now we got Case of the Gateway Express. 2 mana enchantments case. Whenever this case enters the battlefield, target creature you exile, choose target creature you don't control. Each creature you control deals 1 damage to that creature. Wow. That could be powerful or it could be weak based on your board state. To solve, 3 creatures attack this turn. All right, so this is a mob card. Solved. Creatures you control get +1/+0. Hey, that works. That works. It's
Not
going to
too
be all
bad.
right. Not too bad, not too horrible. It's a mobbing. People are beating up someone. That's the artwork. That's gangsta.
Yep.
All right, here's a fun card. Why don't you read this card?
All right. Cryptic Coat for 2 generic and a blue. Artifact equipment. We got equipment here. When Cryptic Coat enters the battlefield, cloak the top card of your library. Then attach Cryptic Coat to it. Clip creature gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked. Nice. Then you pay 1 and a blue to return Cryptic Coat to its owner's hand.
Oh yeah,
Like
saves the club from being destroyed.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. This next card is called Living Conundrum. 4 mana, 1 blue, elemental, 2/5, hexproof. If you draw a card while your library has no cards in it, skip that draw step instead, so you don't lose the game. As long as there are no cards in your library, Living Conundrum has base power and toughness 10/10 and has flying and vigilance.
Ooh.
That's all right.
Yeah, I think this is the card I was talking about.
Right?
I mean, I think it's a great card because it's a 2/5, so it has a big booty on it. Yeah, it costs 5, but say you're using Jace that mills.
Yep.
You can mill yourself out of cards. You have this keeps you from losing the game. You're not going to be drawing any more cards. All you're going to be doing is working out of your graveyard, and this is going to be a 10/10 with flying and vigilance.
Right. Oh yeah, it's going to be all right. It's a signpost card for sure. It's going to push whatever it needs to do, and it's going to do pretty solid. Now, you should read the next card. The first ability on this next card that got me excited.
Oh, yeah. Case of the Shatter Pact for 2 generic mana. So it's colorless case. When this case enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. And if you ain't played a land that turn, you can play that land.
Oh, yeah.
Then if there are 5 colors among permanents you control, you get to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
They have been solved at the beginning of combat. On your turn, target creature you control gains flying, double strike, and vigilance until end of turn. Not
Pretty
too bad.
amazing.
This would see a lot of play in probably a 5-color deck.
Well, it's definitely for a multicolor deck, and it's going to be really good for the 3-4 color decks that people build in limited. This card is going to see play. It's going to be a highly picked mana fixer. That's what it is.
Yep.
And solving it is no problem either.
No, not really.
Nope, you're not worried about solving it. You're more worried about getting that land. If you do solve the land, if you do solve the case, you get a really powerful effect.
Yep.
Oh yeah. All right, Neighborhood Guardian. This card costs 2 mana for a 2/2. Whenever another creature with power 2 less enters the battlefield under your control, target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end turn. This is a signed postcard. Pretty solid signed postcard. It's a unicorn. You're gonna play it just to wow, really. It's a solid card, just in general.
Yep.
All right. When you get the next card here, this Griffonaut.
Griffonaut Tracker for 3 generic and a white 3/2 with flying. It's a human detective. When Griffonaut Tracker enters the battlefield, exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. And this is okay if you're it'll hurt the evidence and it also hurt Reanimator.
Yep.
So this is a pretty good card.
Yep, that's what it's for. Is to get the evidence reanimator decks. It's to target them. This card's gonna be a pretty good flyer. I mean, 4 mana 3/4, 4 mana 3/2. It's gonna be pretty good. People will pick this card like third, fourth pick if there's nothing good in the pack. Nothing good, no good right in the pack. This is a highly pickable common for a common slot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Soul Search, or white and a black sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an online card from it and exile that card. If that card's mana value is 1 or less, create a 1/1 black and white spirit creature token with flying. Solid.
Now with Soul Search, it's a great card. You ain't always gonna get that 1/1. However, you'll be able to get something from their non-land card from their hand and exile it. That's the good part about this sorcery.
Oh yeah, it's pretty powerful because you're choosing a non-land card from their hand. That's anything besides a land. That's pretty solid. People will play this. This will see a lot of play. It'll go into commander decks. It'll go in different formats. For the discard decks. This is actually pretty solid.
All right, next up we got Exit Specialist for 1 generic and a blue human detective. Exit Specialist can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater, so it's almost unblockable. And then it has Disguise for 2. And then when it's turned face up, return another target creature to its owner's hand.
Pretty solid. I'd play it.
I would too. That's pretty good.
It's a limited card for sure. Like 3 mana, you get a 2/2. You dirtle around with that 2/2, then you flip it to return a creature to its owner's hand. You're messing with their board state. You're messing with their tempo. This card is pretty solid for a draft limited card indeed. All right. Now, next, we got Outrageous Robbery. 2 black and X. Target opponent exiles the top X cards of their library face down. You may look and play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. If you cast a spell this way, you may spend mana as though it weren't mana of any color type to cast it. That's pretty solid.
Yep. Now I think they stick around, and because it doesn't say that you can't, but you might be able to keep casting those cards as long as you got the X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it. It's a mill card. It's part of the mill. This is going to be in the Dimir deck, but it's pretty solid. The only thing I wish is it was any player, not target opponent.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Next up, we got Doorkeeper Thrall for 1 generic and 1 white. It's 1/2, has flash and flying. Okay. Artifacts and creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. So if your opponent casts the artifact, has a trigger, then you can counter that with this card here. Pretty good effect.
That's pretty good. Yeah, people. This is highly playable because it messes with tempo really hard. So this will definitely be picked in limited. Uh, Right. A lumbering laundry. 5 mana 4/5 has disguise 5, and you can pay 2 colorless until end of turn. You may look at face down creatures you don't control. That's all right. It's an ability you'll be able to look at cards. See if there's a threat you should take out.
Yeah, because you can look at I like this because you can get to look at your opponent's creatures,
Mhm. Oh yeah,
and you can pay that two any amount of time.
that's right.
So when you
Yeah.
cast this, you can next turn you still got that 5 mana. That's two creatures that you get to look at.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yep. I mean, you got to
All
pay
right,
that
when you get
ward
the green card.
cost. All right, hard hitting question for 1 green sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. It's not a fight spell, but
Nope.
it is a great card.
Oh yeah, it's really great. It's green removal basically. You're gonna
Yep.
play this. You're gonna pick it 1 mana to do that. It's pretty solid. All right, the next card, Leyline of the Guild Pack. Now this card got me crazy last night when I saw it for the first time. It cost a hybrid Celestia, hybrid Simic, a hybrid Golgoria, hybrid Girl, and it can cost either green, 2 black and red. It can cost white, 2 green, or you can mix and match to white, blue, black, red. All right, blah. It's an enchantment. The line of the guild packs in hand, you may begin it in the game on the battlefield. Each non-land permanent you control is all colors. Lands
Ooh,
you control is every basic land type in addition. It's pretty solid.
you know what this Leyline helps?
Hmm.
It helps that one colorless case.
Yeah, but it also fixes your lands right off the bat. If it's on the battlefield your opening turn, you don't have to worry about not getting your land drops, your proper mana fixing. Pretty
Right.
insane. This
Very
card is
good. Kind
nuts.
of like yeah, it's kind of like the world tree.
Yep, it's gonna do a lot. It's gonna do a lot. All right, Ryan, get this next card.
Limplight Phoenix for 3 mana. 1 generic, 2 red, it's a 3/3. Flying, not bad. When Limplight Phoenix dies, you may exile it and collect evidence 4. If you do, return Limplight Phoenix to the battlefield tapped.
Oh
So
yeah,
you have to collect evidence 4, total mana value 4, and bring it back to the battlefield tapped.
oh yeah.
Not too, not too
Oh
bad.
nice. It's not too bad at all. It's gonna do all right. It comes back. It's gonna see play in standard for sure. Don't get me wrong. Phoenixes usually do. This will definitely be a good card, especially in the Izzet deck.
Yep.
All right, Frantic Scapegoat, 1 mana, haste, go, 1/1. When Frantic Scapegoat enters the battlefield, suspect it. All right, so it has menace and can't block. All right, so this is for the aggro deck. Whenever one or more other creatures enter the battlefield in your control, Frantic Scapegoat is suspected. You may suspect one of the other creatures. If you do, Frantic Scapegoat is no longer suspected. No, okay. It's just a
This,
pretty solid.
I'm sorry, what?
It's just a pretty solid card. 1 mana with haste. You want to attack with it?
Yeah. I think it's pretty good. 1 mana menace.
Uh huh.
Turn two, play another creature. You can get another creature menace, and this loses menace.
Oh yeah. Pretty awesome. All right. Next card.
Next
Hold on.
one,
You
we
want to be able
have
to read it?
Agency Teamster for 4 blue. Creatures Phoenix Detective with it's a 4/3 for 6. That's flying. Okay, that's good. When Agency Teamster enters the battlefield, you may search your graveyard and or library for a card named Magnifying Glass, which is already in standard, and or a card named Thinking Cap, which is going to be a new card, and put them onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle.
It's a weird card.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Never
that's
got
what it does.
Magnifying Glass, they already got it in standard.
Right. It's just weird when they make cards that that search for others like with by name.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I got eliminate the impossible. Cost a generic and a blue instant. Investigate. Creatures your opponents control get -2/-0 until turn. If any are suspected, they are no longer suspected. This is just pretty good. It's it deters combat or weakens combat, so you're not taking so much damage, and it gives you the ability to draw a card later on. But I think they're just abusing investigate for theme, because a card like this in a regular set would draw you a card straight up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's as much as I think we could say about that card. All right. Hold on.
Next, we got
Ooh.
Torch the Witness for X and red sorcery. Torch the Witness deals twice X damage to target creature. If excess damage is dealt to the creature this way, investigate. I think that's a pretty solid card.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh man, this is rough.
Let's say you pay 6 to cast that. When you pay 6 to cast that, you're doing 10 damage.
That's pretty solid though. All right, but sadly, it's been an hour.
Dang, blanket. Sure have.
Right. I wish I could continue on that, but maybe we'll go on tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll go through more. That's a lot. That hour didn't seem by to go by quick.
Yeah,
So there's not going to be what?
I didn't even think it'd been no hour yet.
All right. So there's not going to be a deck of the day. We're not going to market up and down movers. Sorry, my brain's kind of fried from all that reading. But yeah, tomorrow we'll go through more cards. But I want to thank you, hey Billy. That's time for you to chill.
All right. Well, today I'm going to try to play another game of Commander at 2 o'clock Central Time. And if you're interested, get a hold of me through Tortoise, Superfast Tortoise's Discord or mine. And let me know. You can send me a private PM, let me know, PM, DM, whatever it's called. And let me know what you want to play. And I'll send you a direct link straight to the spell table to join in on the Commander game, and that is going to be at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Boop, boop.
And I am about almost 51 subs from doing a giveaway. Let's get there so we can do this giveaway.
Let's get there.
And the closer I get to it, the more will be revealed about the giveaway.
That's pretty solid, no doubt. And it'll be exciting to give away.
Yep, I already know.
That'd be a surprise to me too.
Yep. I already have an idea what I'm going to give away, but I don't want to spoil it just yet.
Very good. You're good. I want to thank everybody for showing up. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being amazing. Tomorrow we'll continue what we started today to go through the list. It'd be awesome. Maybe we'll have some new spoilers. Hopefully they'll spoil the rest of the set by tomorrow so we can go through the new stuff down. Guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being amazing. And never forget to...
Shockwave! What is your command, Megatron?
Subscribe for Magic the Gathering and other content for evil fun.
Fear not, Megatron. Cybertron shall remain as